Hello friends and welcome back to Purustek Java tutorials, and in this session we are going to cover string builder and string buffer. So let's see what is the basic definition of a string. Basic definition is it is a series or sequence of characters. As you can see here, these are each and every letter is a character, so it is a sequence of characters. All these things, if it combines, then it is called the string. So string can hold a word, right? A sentence and a full story. So that depends on our application, what you want to hold it. Let's uh, let's go back to our IntelliJ IDE, and already I have written this string example. So let's go and see how you can define or declare a string. So these are the different ways in which we can declare the string. First thing is using literals. This is called the literals because we are directly giving a constant value to this, right? So using literals. So this is called the literal. Now second is we can define like this: string greetings2 equal to new string of, and you can pass any string value here. Here I have given a sentence like hello friends, how are you? This is the second way. And this is the third way is directly you can pass a string variable which is already defined above. You can pass it here. Okay. These above three are little bit direct way, and there is one more way. This is using our array variable. So we have not yet covered array variable, but I will just discuss about the array variable here, right? Let's say for example, uh, in the earlier session we had seen we can hold a single value like this integer a equal to 5. Let's say for example I wanted to hold the roll numbers of 5 students. How I can hold? I can I cannot write like this. Let's say integer roll number equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. So I cannot hold like this. What I need to do is I need to take an array of integers. So what is an array? Array can hold a particular type of variable, like same type of variable multiple times. So here I need to define like this: flower bracket start and flower bracket ends here, and this one I need to define like this. So it is integer array, right? The similar way, this is a single character, and I have defined an array which can hold multiple character at one shot. So let's remove this. Now as you can see here, I have defined a character array. You can pass this character array to this constructor. So this string is a class, Java class file, which you can see. Just press the control button and mouse over here and click. It will take you to the string.java file. And this has multiple constructor. As you can see here, it is default constructor and it can take one parameter. So like that there are multiple ways which it can be initialized, right? So these are the basic ways which we can initialize a string. So if I'll just print greetings 4, right, it will print as hello. So these are the other things which we need to cover. Let me just comment this out as of now. So I'm giving multi-line comment here, and let's try to run this program. So this greetings 4 output is coming as hello. Let's see some of the methods which are defined in the string class. So first let's cover the length, right? Length, what is this length method? So length method defines or gives how many characters are there in this particular string. So here how many characters are there? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 characters. If you run this program, it will print 5. Now let's come to character at method. Okay, character at method, it takes one argument, that is the integer type argument. It will return the character which is there present at a particular index. So let's say what is index here? In a character array, right? Since string is based on the character array, so all this character array, whatever is there in first place, it is the index 0. This is the index 1. This is 2, 3, and 4. So always the index starts with 0 and it continues further. So let's see in a form of diagram here. So here hello is a character array. So H is present in the index 0, E is at 1, L is at 2, again the second L is at 3, and O is at 4. So this down numbers are the indexes. So here if I say the greetings 4 dot character at 1, so 1 index, if you say it starts with 0, right? 0 then 1, it will print as E. Now let's try to run this too and see what is the output. See here the length, it is giving us 5 and character at is giving us E. So I can just write it here, character at index 1 is, right, and then plus. Here also I can give like length of string is. Let's try to run this. As you can see here, it is printing like this. Okay, now let's go to some other methods. One of the method is concat. Okay, we are going to discuss about the concat method. It takes one more string as a parameter. So what this concat method does, it concatenates or it adds this particular parameter or this particular string to the existing string. So as of now, the existing string is hello, and this particular string will be appended after this hello. Let's try to run this and see. So as you can see here, it is printing hello friends after this index, right? Character at index, it is printing as hello friends. What about this? After invoking the concat method, the greetings 4 object value is not at all changing, right? The greetings 4 is same as hello. See here, the actual greetings is hello. And this feature is called immutability. Once you have defined a string, right, like this, once you have defined a value for the string, you cannot alter the content of the string by applying any of the method which is defined in the string, or you cannot alter it at all. So string is an immutable object. Just remember, string is an immutable object. Let's see one more method, that is called the substring. Okay, substring method, what it takes the start index and the end index. Substring method, it returns a part of the string. Let's say hello is my string, right? I want to fetch a part of this string. Let's say I want to fetch el, I want to fetch ell, like that, a continuous subset. So I need to use this substring method. The first index is the index from where we can start, and up to what extent we can go? We can go up to the end index minus one value. Let's say for example, if I'll go to again this diagram. So here if I'll say substring of 1 comma 4, right? It will start from e value and then it will go up to the end index minus 1. So it will go up to 3 index. So what will be the value? It will be like E L L. Let's go back to the program and let's try to run this. See here, substring value is ELL. Now let's take one more method which is defined in the string class, which is called the split method. So split method, what it returns? It returns a string array, right? It returns a string array. So how, let's say for example here, greetings2, I have defined greetings2, control, so press control and then mouse over here and click. So it will go to the definition of the method. So greetings2, I have defined like this, hello friends, how are you? So this is a string. If I am doing a split on this particular string by using the regular expression space, right? So we will cover the regular expression in a separate session. Don't worry about that. But so just now we'll take simple character, that is space. By using space, we will split this particular string. So if we'll split by space, it will return how many words are separated by space. That value it will return. So how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, which I can hold in an array. So here return array will be 5 values. Let's try to run this. See here, return value, hello friends, how are you? So there are 5 values it is returning. And this particular for loop, right? This is an enhanced for loop which is used to print the content of this array. So enhanced for loop, how you can define? You have to define like for and then what kind of array you are looping through. It is a string array, so you need to define a string variable here, then colon what you are trying to iterate. So we are trying to iterate this returned array. So you can write it here and then bracket starts, bracket ends, and in between you can do your logic whatever you want to do. Let's see one more method that is called to lowercase. So to lowercase, what this will return? This will return the string in fully lowercase. So here I have taken an example of greetings2 to show how to lowercase works. So greetings2, what is greetings2? Hello friends, how are you? Now if I am doing a to lowercase, all these things will be converted into lowercase values. In the similar manner, there is to uppercase method also, right? So let's try to run this. See here, in lowercase, all are in lowercase, and in uppercase, all are in uppercase. So there are so many methods which are defined in the string class, which you can go through the Java doc, which I have given the link in the description of this video. Okay, now let's come to string builder. Okay, this is one of the class already I have written. So string builder, what is a string builder? String builder is same as your string, but it is mutable, right? Mutable in the sense we can change the content of the string builder once it is defined also. There are some methods which are provided by string builder, okay, which help you to modify the content of this particular string builder values. So here I have taken an example, just string builder greetings equal to new string builder, then hello I have given, and I have printed this first one, string builder value is. So what this will print? It will print hello. Now I am doing a method which is called the append. So if you'll do greetings dot, right, it will show you what all methods are defined in the string builder. So there are many methods which are defined in string builder, which you can again go through by yourself from the java.api, and then you can try it. So here I have taken the append method, which takes one argument, how are you, okay, with one space beginning. So what it will do, it will append this how are you to this hello, and then when we are printing this particular greeting value, what it will print? Hello, how are you? Let's try to comment this string buffer. We'll come to this. Let's run this. See here, the string builder value is hello for the first one, and the second value is hello, how are you? Because I'm appending this how are you to this. This is what is the output. The similar way, there is one more class that is called string buffer. String buffer also can be defined like this as string builder. How it differs from the string builder is this string buffer, whatever is the method defined in this string builder, right? SB dot is whatever method is defined, all are synchronized so that you can use in multi-threaded program. So multi-threaded things will cover in a separate session, and the synchronize keyword also. So just as of now, you remember that the string buffer methods all are synchronized. So let's come to string example little bit back, and we had seen the concat method, right? So here we have seen the concat method. What it is doing? The same like append. This concatenation, right? This concatenation you can do. Otherwise, you can use the plus operator. This is also the concatenation of string, because the first one we have given as string, the second one also it will be taken as string. So this is one more way to concatenate the string. So in the next class, we will cover auto boxing and unboxing and about generics, Java generics. So thanks for watching this video and stay tuned.